What's up, YouTube? Top Tactic Fishing here. Welcome to another episode. The purpose of today's video is that we're going to be doing a review of a fishing cart. What I have in front of me here is the Berkley fishing cart. I've had this for a little over a year now. I've used it on some of my fishing outings, so I'm going to kind of give you a brief overview of this fishing cart. I'm not going to go specifically too much into the details and the parts of the fishing cart, but I'm going to just tell you how effective it can be to kind of have a fishing cart, especially if you're hauling a lot of stuff like I do. If you're catfishing or carp fishing, you tend to have a lot of gear, so I find fishing carts pretty helpful. And the one I have here, this is the Berkley fishing cart. There are several models that are out there. This is the more standard one here. And there actually is a jumbo Berkley fishing cart that is bigger and has more rod holders associated with it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way to the front of the cart and work my way to the back. So this is the front of the cart. As you can see here, there's a nice handle here to kind of tug this fishing cart along. You can either pull it backwards, like what I'm doing here, or you can actually move it forward as well, which I think is easier. So it does have that option there. Pull it forward, push it forward, or pull it backward. And the handle does come apart. So you can see there's these pins here that do like these locking pins that kind of keep the handle in place. So I'm going to detach it here. Okay, and then this comes off. So this is the handle. You can see that there's 3 holes in there to adjust the length of the handle, what you want it. So I usually kind of like going to the, let me see if I can put this in here. Okay, so I kind of like to do it like halfway. Just do the middle one there. And then just to lock it in place, you just simply put the little pin in there and it locks. Okay, same thing with the other side. Just put the pin in there and then it locks. Really nice and convenient there. So you can see it's nice and locked there. Has a nice Velcro strap on here as well, so it can help with your grip strength. It's made of aluminum here, so it is corrosion resistant. So as far as it being outside and rain getting on it and snow or dirt, it can handle pretty much any condition, which is good. Working my way towards the side of this fishing cart, you can see that there's rod holders here. There's 3 on each side, so you can have up to 6 rods. And they're big enough where you can pretty much fit any size handle of a rod in here, which is nice. So you can use light rods, heavy duty rods, and these do come apart, as you can see here, that these are detachable rod holders. So if you don't like these ones, you can always try to find something comparable to it. And they do have little grooves on these screws here where you can just kind of put it back on there, and it's relatively easy to put back on there. So that's the way that works. Okay, and yep, so that's it for the sides there with the rods, for the rod handles. I will say I'll get to the very end how this thing collapses, but working my way towards the middle here, as you can see, there's a nice compartment space here where you can put all of your tackle and your gear. Has a little side compartment there too that's separated by this fabric here, so you can kind of separate some stuff. So I usually put you can put live well in here, your tackle box, pretty much anything you want to put in there that can fit. I'll usually put some extra reels, or my carp cradle I can put in here, my mats, that kind of thing. So there is a lot of space to put whatever you want in there. And then going down to the back of this cart, you can see there's a nice little cutting board here. Nice cutting board. you know, to cut up your bluegill or your, you know, your cut bait. That is, has a nice little beverage holder there if you want to put your coffee or Gatorade or whatever it is there. And of course this comes out, so in case you want to exchange it for something else to put in there. Okay, and then going down to the wheels of this thing, which is actually my favorite part of this whole thing, believe it or not. So the wheels are, you can see they're big wheels. Sorry for the audio disturbance there. I'm just kind of pulling down my camera. Nice big wheels here. You can see there's nice grooves in the tires here, so you can kind of deal with any kind of terrain. You can bring this on the beach. You can bring this like on sand. You can bring it on rocks, gravel, concrete, dirt roads, whatever, you know, you're walking through. This can handle it. Nice big tires. I brought this on the beach. I brought it in different types of terrains. So it is really good. And these tires actually do come apart too. Okay, so there's a little magnetic tire here where this actually comes out, and you can take off the tire here and it'll come off, so you can actually transport it pretty easily here. All right, now to the tires here, I'm going to show you how to take off the tire. So there's a little mechanism here, okay, so you just kind of have to maneuver around it, but it does come off, kind of like what I did there. There's a little washer there, okay, and the tire can actually come off. Okay. Whoop. Don't worry, the stand's pretty stable there. So that's how the tire comes off. You can do it on the other side as well. And then you just kind of put the tire back in. There it goes.
It's nighttime.
Yeah, and then you put your pin in here. There we go. And that's how you put your pin in. All right, so the way to collapse this this fishing cart is that, you know, there's really no starting point to this. You can just start collapsing things as they go. But in the back here, this table just kind of folds down just like that. Okay, and there's a little spring locking mechanism here for the sides, for the rods here. And this, when I pull it out, just puts in forward there. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. Pull that locking mechanism there and just kind of put it over just like that. Okay, and then of course you want to take off the handle here. Okay, all right, take off the handle. Okay, and then to further collapse this, right, I'm just going to roll this on its side here. All right, you can actually push this backwards here, how I'm doing it. Here's a locking mechanism here. Okay, there is a locking mechanism here, which I'm pulling. There it goes. It was actually unlocked the whole time, so I just locked it. To unlock it, just pull the pin, and then everything kind of goes just like that. Okay, so you can easily transport it. Okay. All right, and then you can just pick it up, or you can actually, I kind of like keeping the tires on there, because if you don't want to pick it up, it's a little heavy. You can just kind of just pull it just like this, which is what I do. Okay. Good thing about this cart also is that it can hold up to 200 pounds. So it's pretty heavy duty. You know, you can definitely put some heavy equipment in there. So, and then obviously to open the cart back up, okay, you can just pull these out. Okay. All right. I'll put this on its side here. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's really not rocket science here with all of this. Sometimes the pins can sometimes self-lock itself there. Okay, and that's pretty much it with this. So I'm just gonna open this up there, open that up there, so we're good to go. And then you can put your cutting board back up, and then obviously you can put your handle back in there. Okay, and that's all it's to it. And another thing I forgot to mention is that there's a little stand here, which I told you that does collapse, but it has a nice little bottom here where it can sit nicely just on the ground there. So that's kind of like your legs there to kind of keep it sturdy. So you can actually get this on Amazon, this cart. It runs for $199.99. It is a little pricey, but the quality is pretty good on this. Like I said, it's aluminum made, so it is corrosion resistant. The fabric inside here is Velcro. As you can see, you can actually take the fabric off here. Fabric comes off, so if you want to wash it, which is what I actually need to do, I need to wash this thing. You can wash it in the washer there and put it in the dryer. So it is a really nice cart. I recommend it for anybody who has a lot of gear like I do. That way you're not making multiple trips back to your car to get all of your stuff. I appreciate you watching this video, guys. Like I said, it's a good cart to have, especially if you're hauling a bunch of stuff. It'll save you some trips to the car, you know, if you have a lot of stuff that you're bringing. So get the cart. You can get it on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description here. I appreciate you watching this video, and we'll see you next time on Top Tactic Fishing. Take care.